What's that?
They're coming to us.
Yeah, they're going to. I can't hear anything yet.
Over that way.
Which way?
Yeah, right there. You know, if they talk to you.
I haven't heard anything yet. I'll let you know. If I step out of it, so I can hear them.
Hello. Okay. Sorry about that. I was really talking to you guys, but my mic. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll try to get through this again. Um, my microphone's acting really stupid today, but I think a lot of people are having problems with their microphone on StreamYard. I don't know if they changed something or what, but people are having a lot of trouble with that. Um, so anyway, let's get started with while we got the microphone going real good. And if it stops or you don't hear me for a few minutes, stay tuned. I don't ever just quit a live like that. And it's probably my microphone, and I will fix it and be right back. So I appreciate your patience. A red Ford Escape Sport utility vehicle plowed into the crowds at the 58th annual holiday parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin at 4:39 on November 21st, 2021. At least 27 patients were hurt in the tragedy along and are being treated at two hospitals. A police officer fired his gun, just fired away. Okay, a police officer fired his gun at the Ford SUV in an attempt to stop the driver. I don't really know if how you're gonna just shoot at a speeding car passing by and try to hit a driver. I mean, that is so dangerous right there. It, you could have shot somebody across from the car. Um, I'm sorry, that's just how I take that. No shots were fired from the vehicle, according to the Waukesha Police Department Chief Daniel Thompson. Um, it's just, I'm sorry, that's just crazy to me still. The whole, I'm going to fire blindly into a crowd. Um, anyway, as of 8 p.m., there were 15 patients being treated at Children's Wisconsin, a pediatric hospital in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and located in Summit, Waukesha County, Wisconsin. Aurora Medical Center was treating 12 patients. So, among these patients in the Aurora Medical Center, three are listed critical and four were seriously injured, and the other six are in fair condition. Some of these victims were members of the Milwaukee Dancing Grannies. I've never seen them before, but I bet you they're a nice group of ladies. Because of the tragedy, the school district canceled classes. Authorities have found a car matching the description of the Ford Escape SUV in question. Um, a person of interest is already in custody, but it's yet to be confirmed whether or not he or she was the driver of the SUV. Terrorism has yet to be ruled out as a motive, according to the Waukesha police chief. I mean, that's a little stretch right there. Everything is going to be labeled as this is a one. Well, I guess you could, if you want to stretch it far. I guess you could, but I'm not going to do that. Darrell Brooks, um, 40, faces 77 charges after driving a maroon red SUV into the Christmas parade last November. The suspect drove the maroon SUV into a crowd of people at the annual Christmas parade in Wisconsin, killing six people. Darrell, who's 40, has been accused of being the driver and he faces 77 criminal charges. He represents himself at his trial with the jury selection to begin on that Monday. He's charged with 6 counts of first degree intentional homicide and 6 counts of committing a hit and run causing death, according to court documents. Now, we all know this story pretty much, but there's a few things, we're going to take a look at and not go so fast on Darrell. I watched his trial, so if convicted of a single first degree intentional homicide, a class A felony, he would face life in prison. I think he's going to be in life in prison if it was just chewing up paper. He did a lot of damage. Jennifer Darrell is the judge that, well, we're not even that far yet. I mean, so let's just not even cover that. We'll get to that, but you know, what made him do this, like drive through there? Brooks is accused of confronting a woman outside of a motel before the parade. Driving off, he knocked her phone out of her hand, and law enforcement said that he returned to the scene, punched her in the face, and then ran her over with his vehicle. After watching everything, that's not true. He did not run her over with the vehicle. But he has been charged with 2 counts of domestic abuse, a Class A misdemeanor, which comes with a maximum fine of 10,000 and no more than 9 months in prison. Um, so who is Darrell Brooks? Um, he's a rapper called AKA Math Boy Fly. We're going to talk about some things you may not know about him, just to get to know him first. You never get to know anything about the person before they get in a courtroom, and then it's real easy to judge by the way they're acting that you have a pretty well, you kind of have a preconceived notion anyway of how you think this person or how or who you think this person is, but they never really told us anything about him, uh and who he was and anything about him at all. So let's talk about at least 13 things that I found on him. Darrell Edward Brooks Jr. is a black rapper known as Math Boy Fly. He was born and raised in Milwaukee, and he previously lived in Peoria, Illinois, and in Richmond, California, and in Sparks, Nevada, and Reno, Nevada. He's 5'8", and he's registered at 150 pounds. Now, to be honest with you, that makes him a little on the tall side, maybe short for men, but a little on the tall side or average height for men. I don't know, but at 150 pounds, he's on the lean side. He is Dawn Wood's son, and I'll tell you a little bit about Miss Dawn later. A red 2010 Ford Escape is registered to Dawn Woods, who lives in the Brooks residence. So here's a few things that, let's get to know him a little better, okay? In 1999, he was convicted of substantial battery with intent to inflict substantially bodily harm. After he pleaded guilty, Judge Bonnie Gorton sentenced him to 3 years of probation and 6 months in the House of Correction. In 2002, he was convicted of THC possession while still on probation and was sentenced to 50 days in the House of Correction. In 2003, he was convicted of resisting an officer, and Judge Raymond Gallagher sentenced him to 20 days. Now, as you notice, so far in the first two things, yes, he's been guilty of, well, the THC thing, and it's kind of common, running around America these days for that to be a charge on people, and violating probation, resisting arrest. I hate to say it, that these are pretty normal charges, and he's 50 days in jail and 20 days in jail. And in 2005, he was convicted of obstructing an officer again in Manitowoc County, Wisconsin. And after his arrest, Court Commissioner Patricia Copa freed him on a $300 signature bond. He failed to appear for a hearing, so a bench warrant was issued, but he had already taken off to Nevada. In November 2006, he went back to Wisconsin and pleaded guilty to statutory sexual seduction. Well, that's one way to put it. That's not the way we normally hear of it, but okay. He was accused of having consensual sex with a girl, then 15, and conceiving a child with her. He posted bail, which Court Commissioner Raymond Gigg set at $100. He failed to show up for another hearing, so another bench warrant was issued. After he was convicted, Judge Patrick Willis sentenced him to 2 days in jail and ordered him to pay a fine, which he never paid. March 27 to 28, he served his sentence in Northern Nevada Correctional Center. In 2010, he was convicted of felony strangulation and suffocation and misdemeanor counts of battery and criminal damage to property in Wood County, Wisconsin. After a no contest plea, Judge Todd Wolf sentenced him to 3 years probation and 90 days in jail. Do you see a pattern coming here? The pattern is that something in, you know, is it this particular county? Is there something there that keeps taking him back to that county? I'm not really sure. So in 2011, he was charged with a marijuana possession. When Milwaukee Police Department Officer Gary Inman stopped him in Milwaukee in March 2011, he gave a false name, Landon Deal, turned his car on, and shifted to drive. He was charged with resisting and obstructing an officer for the third time in Milwaukee County. Court Commissioner Cedric Cornwall freed him on $1,000 signature bond. After a plea deal, Judge Nelson Phillips sentenced him to 37 days in jail. In 2012, he was charged with probation violation, resisting extradition, 2 counts of bail jumping, THC possession, and multiple counts of failure to appear. On January 25th, 2014, his twin sister, Ebony Danielle Brooks, died of an illness. In 2016, he was arrested for failure to obey sex offender laws in Nevada. On August 15th, 2016, a warrant for his arrest was issued for bail jumping, but he moved back to Wisconsin and he never appeared in court. So on July 24th, 2020, he shot at his nephew, Anya Brooks, in a fight over a cell phone. I think cell phones get us in a lot of trouble. Um, I hope everybody can hear me okay. Okay. He and his mother Anya lived in the same four-bedroom house in Arlington Heights, Milwaukee. He was charged with 2 counts of use of a dangerous weapon and a felony count of possession of a firearm. From 7,500, his bail dropped to just 500. On February 21st, 2021, he posted bail. In September 2021, Anya pleaded for a judge to issue him a no contact order. So this is his nephew now, ordered him as a no contact order, or he asked for one. I'd ask for one too if you got loose and you shot at me. But you don't know what. I mean, it says a fight over a cell phone, but I mean, I just can't see somebody shooting at somebody for a phone. There's too many around to grab from somebody. On May 27th, 2021, he was arrested in Union City, Georgia, USA, on another domestic violence charge after a man at a hotel reported hearing him repeatedly striking a woman. On May 28th, 2021, he was released on signature bond and he returned to Wisconsin. In April 2021, he started dating a Milwaukee woman who he knew since they were young. He disappeared with their son when the child was 3 months old, according to her. On November 2nd, 2021, he used his red 2010 Ford SUV to run over her at a gas station, and she was taken to, I don't know what that word is, Bearhart Hospital, uh, for her injuries. And I have to be honest, that is a rare thing to find out because I've searched a lot of other places and I only found one place that said there was a woman there. Uh, there was a woman there that he's known since he was young, and I, I never heard anything about disappearing with their son when he was 3 months old. This is the first time I ever heard that. So I'm going to put allegedly on that one because I just never heard it somewhere else. I do know about the woman at the gas station, and on November 5th, he was charged with resisting an officer, felony bail jumping, second degree reckless endangering safety with domestic abuse assessments, disorderly conduct, and battery in Milwaukee. On November 19th, his stepmother posted the $1,000 bond. No, his mother, I'm sorry, posted the $1,000 bond for him. Now, on November 21, he was arrested after a Ford red Ford Escape plowed into crowds at the 58th annual holiday parade in Waukesha County, killing at least 5 people and injuring at least 40 others. Now, that is a huge jump in character from all the other things that he's done. He has physically hit someone, uh, had, you know, some domestic violence, um, that's just a really far jump, and we're gonna cover everything in here. But by reason of mental disease and defect, his lawyers indicated, and I, uh, for a not guilty plea, and I believe that was accurate. He definitely needed something checked out in his head, if not for the fact of what he done, but for the fact that this is a total. The reason I wanted to tell you all the things he did is not to make him appear innocent, but to show how, beating people up, uh, you know, a cell phone incident, hitting the cops, jumping bail, not going to court, THC possession, all of those things he's very much guilty of, right? But he has never done anything close to this that he has been accused of. I'm gonna say accused of because we ain't there yet. So we're gonna about what about Dawn Brooks? That's his mother. Let's learn a little bit about her. She lives in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and she worked as a nursing assistant at Aurora St. Luke's Medical Center as a personal care assistant, and worked at another hospital for E Froedterton Hospital. I'll spell it Froedtert. Your sound out of it is probably better than mine. In 1978, she graduated from West Division Senior High School in Milwaukee. The school was later renamed the Milwaukee High School of the Arts. In 1982, she gave birth to Darrell Edwards Brooks and Ebony Danielle Brooks in Milwaukee. Ebony is the mother of Anya Brooks and Aubrey Brooks. So Darrell and Ebony are twins. On January 25th, 2014, her daughter Ebony died of an illness. Remember that right there. January 25th, 2014, his twin sister died of an illness. On April 13th, 2020, his mom filed for bankruptcy. On July 14th, 2020, she was living in a 4-bedroom house in Arlington Heights with Darrell and Angel. That's the child of his sister. When Darrell shot at, he did not shoot the child. It's not a child at this point. Angel in a fight over a cell phone. So mom has Darrell living in her house and also the 2 children of her daughter Ebony, who's passed away. On November 5th, Darrell was charged with resisting an officer, felony bail jumping, second degree reckless endangering the safety with domestic abuse assessments, disorderly conduct. Mm. And then this is part of his mother's biograph because the red car is his mother's. So on November 21st, 2021, he was arrested after the red Ford Escape sport utility plowed into crowds, killing at least 5 people and injuring at least 4. On December 1st, a letter to the media, which she signed, said in part, "We are not making excuses, but we believe what has happened is because he was not given the help and resources he needed." Now, that sentence right there again, the mother says, we are not making excuses, but we believe what has happened is because he was not given the help and resources he needed. I read that twice, yes, because people would say, yeah, he's got to be crazy for what he did. There, she notices there's something wrong with her son, and she is telling you right here. She was trying to get him help over the years and resources to help him, but he just couldn't get none. They come up with a bunch of little reasons not to help people in society. She was 63 years old when her son Darrell's trial started, and he was charged with 83 counts. And she told Fox News that he didn't mean to hurt nobody, and he knows nothing about the city of Waukesha. Hmm, that's kind of interesting. Out of all the cities he lived in, this was, I don't remember saying that this was one of them. My understanding is that he was visiting his friend and came down with his friend, and it all started with the meeting of a girl, a young lady that he was involved with. Let me read this again. His mom says he didn't mean to hurt nobody, and he knows nothing about the city of Waukesha. Hmm, that's, better check that out. I don't know that he really did, but after going through a long run for him, well, let me see if I can get this cop thing to move any faster along. So I'm gonna be messing with this video while you're looking at it. Decided to take a bunch of.
All right, mic check 1 2 3 4.
Oh Lord, we ain't got time for you, little boy, little Zorro. Okay, but they don't have nothing to tell us. That's good. Anyway, let's so they got this is, I don't know who got this picture, but they're really fast with that button. So, here's Darrell. Yes, he's got dreadlocks, braids, whatever. And he is turned onto the street that the parade was on. Um right on Maple Avenue. He was at Cutler Park when all this started. That's a very big part of this. He was at Cutler Park on the far end down here, almost, that, not by the library where the little books are, but almost where West Park Avenue meets and Maple down here in the corner. And he got in a fight with a young lady, not physical, just more like, I guess you'd say he physical, because he was trying to talk to her and she kept walking off and he was following her with the car. So he must have got, I think he got turned around for sure. And then when he got right down here where the parade starts, is where the road is closed. Now, as you can see, somehow from, I think it's from the park, he drove off. um Let me see something right here. parade. There's parade start. Yes. Okay. Where the parade starts is where the park is. It's been said that the young lady that we'll hear from later about that conversation and what happened at Cutler Park, that, well, he didn't know. He just drove off. If you're a man and you ever been pissed off, I don't know if ladies do this, but when men get pissed off, they just go. I didn't say erratically, but it's fast. And we usually turn the first road we come to get away. That's just how we are. Almost every male I know. I've been in the car with other males who, and then just take the first left or the first right they come to just to get away. But now let's go back to this right here. He got away for a while, a good bit.
Hey, I called an Uber and I'm supposed to be waiting for it over here, but I don't know when it's coming. Can you call it for me, please? I'm homeless. I don't know. It's him. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's my ID. My ID.
Now, that's when, Darrell was trying to get he cut through parking lots and he parked the car somewhere else and he cut through people's yards or whatever. And he ended up at this guy's place calling for an Uber to get away. And I'm not going to make any excuse for that. But let's see how that turned out for him.
Big Ben.
Any unit that is on Elizabeth Street currently advised.
Robert 277.
Robert 277.
What's up? Hands up! Put your hands where I can see them. Put your hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Do it now!
Hey, take to one of the hospitals for a plan care.
What did I do? Lay on your stomach. What did I do?
Robert 277, are you on Elizabeth?
It's doing all right. You got something with your name on it, man?
No. Okay, lads. Cooperate with us. Okay.
Dispatch unit on.
Paused at 1 minute and 4 seconds. What did we see in that portion of the video?
That was a sandwich.
Where did that sandwich come from?
His right pants pocket.
The subject on the ground is?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please resume at 104.
Elizabeth Street, just
Robert 277.
I just used somebody's phone to call for a living, that's all.
Oh, okay.
That's what I need. Yeah, we'll mail 1026, the black male and red short sleeve shirt.
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
If everything turns out to be on the up and up, life will be good. and you'll be on your way, all right?
Yes. I got it, guys. I got it.
They still do not know that it's
Oh, no.
him.
Ask him. Ask him if he knows. He was on the porch here.
Yeah, I was using his
Darrell,
phone.
what's your location?
I was using his phone.
You're pulled into WMH Road, loading her down.
I called my
Any squads available for a transport?
on the 500 to give me a lift. That's all. I was just using his phone.
Darrell, this is Schwartz. I'm leaving WSC. Where do you need me?
What do you,
Can I just sit up? I was freezing. Can I please just sit up?
Do you have any weapons on
No,
you?
Hi,
sir.
Mr. Mike.
No, sir.
what's your name, guy?
9209.
I just told her my name.
What is your name?
Yes, sir.
What's your first name? Darrell Brooks?
Yes, sir.
No additional victims. Can we start on the next block?
So he didn't lie about
Copy.
who
No
he
additional
is.
This matches the description of the guy
He
that
made
got called
himself
on
very
who was
clear
going door to
give
door
them
over
his
here.
real name.
Yeah, I was trying.
Where are your shoes, man?
I was trying to use somebody's phone.
Where are your shoes?
My flip flops is in his house. He was saying he just gave me a jacket.
He's identifying soft fat, lighter skin, black male, dreadlocks, red shirt, blue jeans, no shoes.
Yeah, I did go to the house. I went to that house right there, right down the street, right here.
Where you coming from, man?
I was coming from that parade down here.
Okay.
I know a friend down here.
I think that's a fabulous
Stand
idea.
up for me, Darrell.
I can't, Mr. Brooks.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Roll over on your butt.
Okay, not you.
Roll over on your butt. Roll up on your knees. Roll over on. Roll up on your knees.
Okay.
500 block of Elizabeth.
Stand up.
Right now. 553 Elizabeth.
My
What are you doing?
are freaking sweet.
Factory here.
Did I do something?
That is yet to be
Go to
determined,
the front of
sir.
my squad, man.
Okay.
Is there anything on you that's gonna stick me, poke me, hurt
No,
me?
no, not at all, sir.
Okay.
Not at all. I don't have any weapons,
Glad to hear it.
nothing like that.
How did you get up over here, man?
I was coming to see a friend.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where's your friend?
I don't know now.
Spin your back your hand for me.
I had, yeah, I went,
You injured at all, dude?
yeah.
What hurts?
When they slammed me, my knee, I already have an injury.
Spread your feet for me.
Okay, yes. That's my ID.
It certainly is.
Yes. I'm so cold.
I bet you are. You were just in the car here.
Go ahead and take a seat for me, Darrell.
Having a body in front of you. Do you want me to bring it out?
Well, I find it interesting, and people would say, of course he's lying. The difference in his demeanor. Yes, I know he's lying. But he's not afraid. He doesn't have fear. Like, I would think a person that went through and hit all these people and did what they did out of malice, meaning he turned on that road with intent and knew the parade was there, and I meant to hit everybody and everything on purpose. He doesn't sound like that right now. And to me, that's important to pay attention. He does, the parade starts here. The red SUV speeds down at 439 and being chased by a cop. You know, they say cops should not chase down people just when it's not a parade situation. Maybe you shouldn't have chased him. He's on the parade route. He can't go nowhere, left or right. The SUV narrowly misses this little girl on the side of the road. The car is filmed hitting a marching band, leaving people injured on the road. And this is a thing that I noticed when he had nowhere to go, no open space, he hit the people. He didn't drive over here and hit this little girl. No. I'm pretty sure he's well aware that he turned into something he can't get out of right now. Then he hit a group of girls carrying pom poms in the parade. Again, he has nowhere to go like he does up here when he missed the little girl. The video captures him hitting dozens of people laying on the ground. Then the car breaks through barriers at this corner right here and speeds away as police fire shots. Talking about rat in a cage. Honestly, that's how I look at it. He turned away from the girl. Let me pull this up again. The girl and him's at Cutler down here by West Park Avenue. In that he peels off from her. This is my own opinion. And he couldn't turn right, so he turned left. In doing so, he put himself in a main parade route that he could only turn. He went left, then he had to turn right, then he had to turn right again, not because he chose to, because the roads are all blocked off all the way. And then he comes down North Barstraw, and then he's right back at Cutler Park again. Am I saying he's innocent? No, not by any means necessary. But do I think he feels like a rat in a cage? At this, even in the car, he's mad at the girl. Really mad at the girl. And then it turns into panic. I mean, you ever turn down, well, for him, that panic might be you ever turn down the street that's one way, the cars are coming at you. Maybe that's what it was for him. Like in this picture, I don't know what makes him think he can fit between this, drummer and the crowd, but he is, again, trying to get in this little open space here and not hit him, but it doesn't happen. And then this is his first arrest. He's still in what he's wearing. And I'm going to end it right here, right now, because we're going to have, and we're going to go through what happens next. Now, right now in the story, they have him. They've caught up with him. They've arrested him. But we still got to go through the interrogation. So my next part, we're going to go through the interrogation of Darrell Brooks. And I agree with his mom. After watching this whole court case, he needed help a long time ago, long before it ever got here. I'm not making excuses for him, but I do see a change in him throughout the court case, and I see things of him as a man, being a man, things that he does out of the character he's built up for himself in his communities. And that may take a little time to explain, and I hope we can get through it. So we'll come back in the next time for Wisconsin versus Darrell Brooks and go right into his interrogation. So I thank you all for coming. Please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And thank you and have a great day. See you next time.